I'm going to move out of that comment block, and I'm going to say, I want to declare a variable called age to store your age. Alright, so pause the video and then try. See if you can come up with what that would look like. You would start out with integer, because your age, you hardly ever say, I'm 25.7, right? You don't do that. You just say I'm 25. So we're going to make it an integer, a whole number, not a decimal. And I'm going to use the variable age, and then I'm going to assign it to an age, which, of course, I'm not 22, but some of you are. So I'm using an age that's close to you. All right, so that tells you how to declare a variable. You have to tell the system what kind of data it is or what data type you're going to use. Is it an integer? Is it a character? Is it a double, which is a decimal? Or is it a string, which is a bunch of numbers and letters and whatever else inside of quotation marks? Okay, so you have to tell it that first, then you choose your variable, and then you choose the value that you're going to assign to it. I hope that makes sense to you. All right, so now I want to show you some code here. I'm going to just put some code. Okay, I put a comment. The computer won't read that line. I'm going to put age equal 1, semicolon. Then I'm going to put age equal 3, semicolon. Then I'm going to put age equal 11, semicolon. Well, what's wrong with this code? Anybody know? Can you guess? What's wrong? What's missing? What's missing is I'm not telling the system what type of data this is. So what do I need in front here? Since we are using whole numbers and not decimal numbers, we need INT. We need INT. And we need INT. Right? Now the system knows, oh, this is going to be integers. Okay, like that. If you don't tell it, it will fuss at you and give you an error. Let's do another one. Declare a variable called GPA to store my GPA. All right, so GPA, is it normally a whole number or does it have decimals? Think about it. Which of these allow you to have decimals? Character, integer, double, or string? The double. So I'm going to put double, and then I'm going to put GPA equals, whoops, that's not equal, equals, I don't know, 4.65, okay? I want to make another comment here. Float is another way for storing decimal values. So you can use double or float. Float typically holds smaller decimal values. Too many characters, you want to go to a double. So float's for smaller ones, double for larger. All right, now let's see, let's look at a string. We haven't looked at that yet. Whoops. I'm going to make a comment. With string values, we cannot do math on any value stored as a string variable. So you're not going to be doing math with them, okay? So here's a string, string. Remember, I have to declare what kind of variable it's going to be. So I say string, and then I say first name, that's my variable, equals, and I have to use double quotes this time, 1, 2, 3. And even though, what's wrong with this? Oh. Expected a semicolon. Did I not do it? Here it is. This one needs a semicolon. See, I even have to troubleshoot or debug my program when I'm teaching. Okay, so your statements have to have semicolons when you're done with your statement, or it thinks the statement's still going on. And that's why it fussed at me that it expected a semicolon here before I start a new statement. All right, so string, first name, that's my variable, and 1, 2, 3 is going to be saved in first name as if it were a first name. You can't do math with 123 because I named it a string. Of course, I could put anything inside these quotations that I want to. I could put my first name for real, or I could put, you know, a cat, a dog, whatever, anything I want. It's treated as a string, as a list of characters put together, and the computer doesn't know what they mean and doesn't care. Whatever's inside the quotes, that's what it goes with. It's like, okay, that's what you want. That's what I'll assign to first name, and it's happy just like that. All right, so we can't do any math. Now, what if I say, let A equal 1, let B equal 5. Anyone see a problem here? Can we do this math at this point? Well, no, we can't. For one thing, we have not declared A anywhere. We have not told the system that A is an integer or a double or what it is, right? So we couldn't use it until we declare it. So I'm going to say up here, int A, and then I'm going to say B. Now I'm telling it both of them are going to be integers. So if I say A is equal 1 and B equals 5, and then I want to find the solution of, so if I say I want A to equal 5 and B to equal 1, I could say A equals B, and what would happen? Well, B's value would be put into A. Let me get this out of the way. There we go. So B's value is 5. The system will take this value, 5, and right over the top of the 1 that's sitting in A in memory, right? It'll write on top of it and cover it up. And now A and B are 5. Okay? So it doesn't add them together. It writes over the top. It replaces. And if I wanted B to equal C, what is in C right now? Anything? At this point in time, C is 0. It's nothing in there. It's blank. So guess what? B would be blank. Okay? So that whatever's on the right-hand side is wrote over into the left-hand side. So Whatever is in C, in the memory location C, will be wrote over into the memory location B, and it'll write over whatever is already there. So you have to remember, what's on the right is wrote into the location on the left. All right, any questions so far? If there are, you'll have to email me or put it in the question and answer forum in Blackboard. Okay, now I'm going to do some more here. We're going to talk about, I'm going to make a comment so that the system doesn't try to run it. A semicolon is similar to a period in a sentence. It ends a line of code. Then I want to talk about int, no capital, int main is the main area in which we will write, W-R-I-T-E, our code. All code we write, at least for now, will go here. Now let's talk about another little trick. Return 0. I'll put a comment here. This will end our program. That makes sense. There is no code beyond this point. So that tells the computer the program has ended. We're done. Okay, this means we are done. I'll put that, we are done. All right, so I want you to type this into your computer because I want you, into your Visual Studio, I want you to practice, plus it makes notes for you to go back and study. So if there's any questions, let me know. Notice our bracket that was started at the beginning. It's the last thing in our program here. All right, this doesn't really do anything, but it does get you started on some of the elements in a program that you need to understand when we actually have assignments. All right, I'll be talking to you again soon.